60 seconds. That's how long Staff Sergeant Sofia Vega had to triage 40 wounded soldiers and decide who would live and who would die. The IED blast had shredded Outpost Sentinel's main gate. Now the courtyard was scattered with casualties. Some were screaming. Some were bleeding silently. Some weren't moving at all. Sofia had supplies for 15 people, but there were 40 wounded. On her left, a young private lay in a pool of blood. His leg was gone. He'd applied a tourniquet, but he'd lost too much blood. Survival chance, 20%. On her right, 4 soldiers were seriously wounded but stable. Survival chance, 70%. In the middle, critical casualties, chest wounds, internal bleeding. Immediate intervention required. Who should she save? Spend all supplies on 4 critical cases with a 20% chance, or treat 12 serious wounds with a 70% chance at 12 lives? The math was brutal. The utilitarian choice was clear. But that math didn't require looking into the faces of the young men lying on the ground. The radio crackled with the commander's voice. "Vega, status report." Sofia's hand didn't tremble. Her eyes didn't waver. She answered in a calm, cold voice. "Beginning triage, sir. 60 seconds. They thought she was just a medic. Too young, too soft, too inexperienced. They were wrong. Outpost Sentinel, Afghanistan. 6 weeks earlier. Staff Sergeant Sofia Vega wrapped a soldier's ankle in the medical tent. 26 years old, 5'3", working quietly. Outside, 3 infantry privates smoked and watched. "She looks like a kid. That's our medic? Hope she doesn't cry when something real happens." Sofia heard them, didn't look up, just finished the bandage. She'd transferred here 6 weeks ago. Her file said, "Routine transfer." The truth, Special Forces combat medic. 32 lives saved in classified operations. But nobody knew. Captain Webb called her to his office. "Vega, you're new. This place isn't easy. The infantry guys will test you. Don't cry." "I won't, sir." "Good. The last medic lasted 3 weeks before requesting transfer." That evening in the mess hall, 2 sergeants sat across from her. "So Vega, if someone loses a leg, what do you do? Cry?" Laughter erupted. Sofia looked at them calmly. "I apply a tourniquet, stop the bleeding, carry him to evac, won't have time to cry." The laughter faded, but no respect came. Just silence. She finished her meal alone. Back in her tent, she opened her locker. Inside was a letter from her previous commander. "Staff Sergeant Vega's performance under fire has been exemplary. Her ability to remain calm has saved countless lives." She folded it and put it away. Nobody here needed to know. Not yet. The mockery continued. In the motor pool. "New medic's probably scared of blood. At guard duty. She won't last a month." Sofia kept her head down, did her job. One afternoon, Specialist Ryan Turner appeared at her tent. 18 years old, first deployment, nervous. "Sergeant Vega, got a minute?" "Come in. What's going on?" Turner hesitated. "I have a headache. Got aspirin?" Sofia studied him. Dark circles, fidgeting hands, fear in his eyes. "Sit. I'll get aspirin. But tell me the truth. Just a headache?" Turner's shoulders sagged. "I can't sleep. Every sound. I think it's an attack. I'm not ready." "Turner, that's normal. Your brain's trying to keep you alive, but hiding it doesn't help. Talking does. If the others find out, they'll call you weak. Feeling fear doesn't make you weak. Pretending you don't, that breaks people." Turner looked at her gratefully. "Thanks, Sergeant." But that night, guards saw him leaving the medical tent. Turner was crying to the medic, both of them soft. The next day in the mess hall, a voice called out, "Hey Vega, running a therapy clinic? Gonna give us group hugs?" Laughter filled the room. Sofia didn't respond. Just ate and left. In her tent, she stared at her hands, the same hands that had held pressure on arterial wounds during firefights. That had saved lives in classified operations nobody here knew about. They didn't need to know. Not yet. Tuesday morning. Sofia checked inventory in the medical tent. Through the window, 2 Humvees rolled out. Routine patrol. Then the world exploded. The blast shook the ground. Black smoke, orange flames. The first Humvee flipped and burned. The radio screamed, "IED, IED, mass casualties, medic!" Sofia grabbed her bag and ran. The scene was hell. The Humvee engulfed in flames. Soldiers scattered across the ground, some crawling, some motionless, blood everywhere. Sofia's eyes scanned the chaos. 40 wounded, supplies for 15. Captain Webb ran up, face pale. "Vega, how bad?" 40 casualties, sir. Insufficient supplies. Need to triage." Webb stared. "Can you do that?" No hesitation. "Yes, sir." Triage. The word hung like a death sentence. Sofia stepped into the chaos. Her mind shifted. Clinical, detached, efficient. First group, shrapnel wounds, bleeding but stable. Green band. Walk to aid station now. Second group, compound fractures, painful but not fatal. Yellow band. Stay here. Splint yourselves. Third group, sucking chest wound. Critical. Red band. Hold pressure. I'm coming back. Then she saw him, Private Ryan Turner, lying in blood, left leg gone, tourniquet too loose, blood pulsing out, his face white as paper, eyes locked on hers. "Sergeant, help." Sofia knelt, checked his pulse, weak, thready, massive blood loss, survival chance 20%, maybe less. Behind her, 4 soldiers with serious but survivable wounds, 70% chance if treated soon. The math was clear and brutal. "Sergeant," Turner's voice broke. "My mom." Sofia's hand hovered over his tourniquet. She couldn't save everyone, but knowing that didn't make it easier. Sofia's hand touched Turner's forehead, cold, clammy. Behind her, "Vega, he's not breathing. Medic, his leg's trapped." 40 voices, 15 supplies. Sofia closed her eyes 1 second. Then she made her decision. "Turner, you're strong. Hold on, I'm coming back for you." A promise she might not keep. Turner nodded, tears streaming. Sofia stood and walked away. A sergeant grabbed her arm. "Vega, Turner's dying." Sofia pulled free, her voice cold. "I'm saving 12 lives." She moved to the next group. Her hands worked with brutal efficiency. Tourniquet, bandage, IV, commands shouted. "You, pressure here, don't let up. You, elevate his legs. You, get oxygen, move." Nobody had ordered her to lead, but nobody questioned her. Her voice cut through chaos, clear, confident, absolute. 10 minutes, 12 wounded stabilized. Sofia moved like a machine. No wasted motion, every decision in seconds. Shrapnel to abdomen. Yellow, pressure, don't move. Broken femur. Splint it, you'll be fine. Chest wound. Red, treating you now. She'd done this before, in classified missions, in places that didn't exist on paper. Finally, she turned back to Turner, still conscious, barely. Sofia ran, dropped to her knees. "Turner, stay with me!" Pulse faint, too faint. She grabbed her last supplies, last tourniquet, last fourth. This was it. She tightened the tourniquet. Turner screamed, "I know it hurts, but you're staying alive!" Started the IV, hand steady. Turner's eyes met hers. "Mom, you're going to see her, hug her, but you have to fight, right now." Helicopter rotors in the distance, medevac. "Evac's here, load critical." Turner loaded first. As they carried him past, he grabbed her hand. "Thank you." Sofia squeezed once, then let go. The helicopter lifted off. Sofia stood in the dust, covered in blood, hands shaking. Webb approached. "How many?" 40 wounded, 38 evacuated, 2 KIA. Webb stared. 2 out of 40? "Yes, sir." "How?" Sofia looked at her bloody hands. "Practice, sir." That night, Sofia sat alone, staring at blood under her nails. A knock. Captain Webb with a folder. "We need to talk." He dropped it on her desk, her personnel file. "I requested the unredacted version. Pages stamped classified in red." Webb read aloud. Staff Sergeant Sofia Vega, Special Forces Combat Medic, 18 months with JSOC, 32 lives saved under fire, Bronze Star with Valor, Purple Heart. He looked up. You weren't a transfer. You were reassigned. Combat stress. I requested it, sir. I needed to step back before I broke. Today didn't look like stepping back. Today, there was nobody else. Webb pulled out a note. From your previous commander, Vega is the finest combat medic I've served with. She makes impossible decisions and lives with them. She needs time to remember she's human. Sofia's eyes burned. You saved 38 soldiers with supplies for 15. That's not luck. That's someone who's done this in the worst conditions. Yes, sir. Webb shook his head. We treated you like nothing, like you were green. You didn't know. We should have. He extended his hand. Thank you, Vega. After he left, her phone buzzed. Specialist Turner stable, surgery successful, full recovery. He's asking for you. Sofia read it 3 times, then put her head in her hands and cried, not from weakness, from relief. She'd beaten the math. Next morning, the mess hall fell silent when she entered. One soldier stood, saluted, then another. The entire hall stood, hands raised, Webb's voice. Staff Sergeant Vega, on behalf of this outpost, thank you for saving lives when nobody else could. Applause erupted. Sofia returned the salute, hand trembling. For the first time in months, she could breathe. The days after were different. When Sofia walked through the outpost, soldiers nodded, said Sergeant with genuine respect. Nobody called her just a medic anymore. Word had spread. Special forces, classified missions, lives saved in places nobody could mention. One afternoon, young soldiers appeared at her tent. Sergeant Vega, we wanted to say thank you for Turner, for all of them. I was doing my job. No, you showed us what real leadership looks like. Turner's my friend. I thought he was gone. But you didn't give up. I almost did. But you didn't. That's what matters. Later, a message from the hospital. Sergeant Vega, I don't have words to thank you. The doctors told me what you did. The impossible choice you made. How you came back for me. I'm alive because of you. I got to hug my mom, see my sister, have a future. They said you were special forces, a legend. I don't care. All I care is you didn't give up on me. Thank you for my life. Ryan Turner. Sofia read it 3 times, tears streaming. This was why she'd endured the mockery, the doubt, because lives mattered more than pride. That evening, Webb called a formation. Staff Sergeant Vega has been recommended for the Soldier's Medal. Her leadership saved 38 lives. Applause. But more than that, she reminded us what it means to serve, not for glory, but because it's right. He turned to Sofia. You've earned more than a medal. You've earned our respect. The soldiers rose, saluted, not from obligation, from genuine respect. Sofia returned the salute, hand steady. She'd been mocked, dismissed, underestimated. But she'd proven them wrong, not with words, with action. 6 months later, Outpost Sentinel was different. Sofia was lead combat medic, training new soldiers. You'll face impossible choices, she told the class. No right answer, only the best you can make. A student asked, how do you live with those choices? Sofia paused. You carry them, but you remember you did your best. Sometimes that has to be enough. Webb offered her a promotion, a bigger base. Sofia declined. My place is here, with soldiers who need me. She no longer sat alone. Soldiers sought her out, shared fears. And she listened. One day, a young woman approached. Sergeant, I want to be a medic, but everyone says it's too hard, too emotional. Sofia smiled. Being emotional isn't weakness. It's what makes us human. The best medics feel everything. They just don't let it stop them. Yes, Sergeant. Sofia looked out at the outpost. This was her place, not because of medals, but because here she made a difference, one life at a time.